This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament is on the air. Welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, home of the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. It is time to kick off another great state championship week. We begin in the 8-1 game. It's the Valley Tigers from West Des Moines and the Dragons of Johnston in this 5A quarterfinal.
Fans, be sure to visit IGHSAU.org.
Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Yeager courtside with Andy Pollack as we get you kicked off for another start of this action. Andy, we've done this a number of years. It seems to be you easily put Johnston in this first game. They have been number one more times than we can remember. What makes this team so good?
Their depth, and they've got so many different weapons that can hurt you throughout the course of a game, up and down the floor, 94-foot game. Bigger court helps you out at the state tournament a lot as well.
It is a third time these two teams have met. Johnston has won the first two, but Valley, they beat Ankeny for the first time after playing them for 3 times, so anything's possible. Let's see the road and how these two teams did get to state. We mentioned Valley, they knocked out Ankeny in a very low-scoring regional final. They're 13-10, but they are in their third straight tournament appearance. They allow 44.5 points a game. They're led by Elise Yeager and Tylee Whitey. For Johnston, they're 23-0. They're the best in 5A. They're, in fact, one of the best in the country. They knocked out Sioux City West in a lopsided affair to get here. But it's Allie Tankey, the future Iowa State Cyclone, and Amani Jenkins. This is a team, these two teams, Andy, you just can't say enough about things. You look at defense. Valley plays good defense. Again, how do you defend the likes of Tankey and Jenkins?
You have to really turn it into a half-court game, not allow Johnston to get up and down the floor. Johnston's so good with their athletic ability to just get up and down the floor and get a lot of wide-open layups.
We will take a break. We'll dive in a little bit more to these two teams, get you the starting lineups. All the players will get introduced, and our national anthem. As we get started courtside here on our pregame show, you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network, brought to you by Mid-American Energy.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah. You come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Welcome back courtside here at Wells Fargo Arena. It is the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network powered by MidAmerican Energy. Andy, let's look at our seeds for success. We've talked about Johnston, but what are their keys?
Well, first of all, Johnston, the overwhelming favorite in this tournament right now, just coming in undefeated, and the streak that they've been on 10 years in a row here, a fast start, and really from a favorite's perspective, you want to make it seem like the other team has no chance to be in this game, so a fast start's key for them. And then, as I mentioned earlier in the pregame show, too, turning it into a full-court game. Johnston's got the athletes to get up and down the floor over and over again and getting those open layups. Johnston, we see it every game. Teams think they're with them for a while, and a two-point lead or a two-point deficit can turn into a 10-point lead for Johnston in a matter of seconds.
It's not lost on many players and coaches who've watched Johnston this year. They've actually been down in the game, down at half, down late in the game, but they have persevered each and every time. So to find out if you're battle tested, we're going to find out in just a couple of minutes. So for Valley, what do you see as a seed for success?
Valley as a school has had a lot of magic in the postseason the last several years. It doesn't matter the sport. It's been across the board. There's something in the water in West Des Moines. And so that postseason magic, capturing a little bit of that, they believe it. They talk about it. There's just something about Valley. Weird things happen in favor of the Valley Tigers in the postseason. And then also for Valley, slow but deliberate. They've had a tough time putting up some points in the postseason. However, you got to slow the game down against Johnston. You got to be able to turn it into a half-court game. They have to be able to convert those opportunities. They can't just hold the ball for the sake of slowing the game down. They have to be able to have an open look at the end.
It gets down to margins of error a little bit. Valley does not have much margin when they don't score a lot of points. Johnston has a little more to play with just because of the sheer amount of points.
And they're both going to defend well. But Valley, when they have opportunities, when they've got open looks underneath the basket, we saw them. They didn't convert a whole lot of those looks against Ankeny in that regional final game. But at the very end, they were able to knock it in. Elin Litt at the very end of the game, she hits her only three-pointer of the game to propel Valley onto the victory. So taking advantage of those opportunities, they may not have many of those opportunities. So every time one of those comes up, they got to be able to convert.
Coach Uthoff told me after that regional final win at Ankeny, he just kind of looked at me, shook his head. He goes, "We did it. I don't know, I don't know which team is going to show up each night." He wants that team that's consistent. What team? No coach wants to see his squad struggle to score for 4 or 6 minutes at a time. The worst place you can do it is on this court.
Well, that's a little bit of that postseason magic, though, that I was talking about. Valley just has the it factor when it comes to the postseason. Again, doesn't matter the sport. They just have found a way to win games that they really didn't have business winning, or being in close games that they didn't have business being in the postseason. So you don't want to be a team going up against the Valley Tigers in the postseason.
Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Channel. The enhanced Channel seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Andy, this is game 1 of 5A today. We'll have all of 5A. We'll get into 3A later on this afternoon and evening. We have some pretty good games, and a lot of teams you and I have seen throughout the course of the year. I'm not asking you to pick a winner or one that you like. That's not what we're here to do. But you have to like the field.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a very Central Iowa Metro League heavy field, but you look at a team like Davenport North, what they can come in and do. Cedar Falls has just got better throughout the course of the year. It's going to be a fun, exciting tournament because, Johnston, like I mentioned, they're the overwhelming favorite in this thing, but they've certainly had opportunities. Other teams have had opportunities throughout the course of the year to play tight with Johnston, but they always have that little bit of a run, so it's going to be fun to see how this transpires.
Ask Pleasant Valley and Coach Jennifer Getz what she thinks about Johnston being favorites. Last year, they took Johnston to the finals and won that game, so proving anything is possible. We'll step away for the final time before we tip it off here in 2024. Back in a moment. You're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament from Wells Fargo Arena.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
To today's 2024 Girls State Basketball 5A quarterfinal matchup featuring from West Des Moines, the Valley Tigers and the Johnston Dragons. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. And now at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Valley High School and Johnston High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Maya Tecklenburg from Johnston High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Valley High School, Lisa Hewer. And from Johnston High School, Amanda Davis. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's 5A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Valley Tigers. Number 1, Kiki Walker. Number 4, Bailey Utoff. Number 10, JC Lucky. Number 12, Avery Moon. Number 14, Kendall McDaniel. Number 15, Addison Adams. Number 20, Grace Linder. Number 21, Avery Remsburg. Number 23, Lizzie Jarkow. Number 24, Olivia Adams. Your assistant coaches, Denny McDonald, Bert Hansen, Ashley Adams, Lai Pham, and Luke Perman. And now, here are your starters for the Valley Tigers. At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 2, Elin Litt. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 3, Carrie Rose. At forward, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Elise Yeager. At guard, a 5'10" freshman, number 11, Tylee White. And at guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 22, Ashley Brown. Head coach for the Valley Tigers, Matt Utoff. And now let's meet the team from Johnston. Here are your non-starters. Number 2, Isabella Balsley. Number 4, Sydney Pullman. Number 12, Cameron Gillick. Number 12, Ari Phillips. Number 20, Adea Phillips. Number 24, Avery Ryan. Number 32, Ruby Pullman. Number 34, Emma Gray. And number 40, Kaya Hood. Your assistant coaches, Mark Hine, Jenny Cook, Brad Buchan, and Christine Wolford. And now, here are your starters for the Johnston Dragons. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Jerica Lewis. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 22, Aaliyah Riley. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 23, Jalea Kinnitz. At forward, a 5'11" senior, number 30, Eiley Tanky. And at forward, a 6'1" junior, number 42, Amani Jenkins. Head coach for the Dragons, Chad Gillick. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our officials for today's 5A quarterfinal. Travis Carroll, Will Dotson, Jenny Getting, and your auxiliary official, Brent Behrens. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please join in and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America, our veterans, and those currently serving who protect our freedom each and every day with the singing of our national anthem today, performed by the Extraordinaires Quartet from Shenandoah High School, Drew Morlock, Jack Murren, Sophia Adkins, Emma Baldwin, and their director, Ashley Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job.